Hello and welcome to Coffee and Commerce. I'm your host Finn, the same host as Ecom Gold, which will still be coming to you every Thursday. This is my new show, conveniently titled Coffee and Commerce. Why? Because together, over about 10 minutes, we're going to enjoy a lovely, refreshing coffee beverage, which if you can see, I have my delicious soy milk iced latte here, and discuss last week's news. To make it a little bit more interesting, what I've done is bookmarked and saved rewritten news stories from last week and piled them into a randomizer on my computer. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to press a button here and it's going to randomly generate a news story for us to go through. And over about 10 minutes while we drink our coffees, we're going to review last week's D2C news. So let's get started. Google promotion tab annotations. Good news, folks. You want to make your promotional emails stand out in your customers' inboxes? Well, look no further than email annotations. With this little tool, you can bring your messages to life with flashy image carousels and tempting deals. And the best part, Gmail users can view and interact with your promotions right from their inbox without having to open the email. It's a no-brainer, really. Make it easy for your customers to engage with your brand and boost your sales with this simple yet powerful feature. On screen, if you're watching this, you'll be able to see how this looks. But if you're not, I'll give you a quick visual description. Imagine looking at your email inbox, just your standard inbox with a wall of text, those subject lines and preview lines. And then imagine just one of those emails has a flashy, media-rich carousel of products or a banner with a promotion on it. It's going to draw your attention. Well, that's what this promises. However, as much as we all love our trusty ESPs like Klaviyo, they won't cut it when it comes to email annotations. You'll actually have to use some good old-fashioned code provided by Google themselves, which, by the way, Klaviyo will conveniently strip out. So you will need to use a separate ESP to deliver these emails. And here's the thing, this only works with the promotions inbox in Google, which to most of your customers is a bit like a Facebook ads rep throwing irrelevant information at you that no one really cares about. But don't let that stop you, my friends. If you can get your customers to open their promotions tab, you will stand out like a unicorn in a forest of horses. Reports are coming in strong with brands reporting conversion rates of up to 9%. So if you want to get in on this action, head over to developers.google.com/gmail/promo tab to get everything you need to get started with annotations. Spin the wheel. Shop and ChatGPT. Right, yeah, pay attention, everyone, because this is actually big news. Shopify, those tech-savvy gurus, have just unleashed a shopping assistant for web browsers that's powered by none other than ChatGPT. Now, before you roll your eyes and mutter about how AI is taking over the world, just hear me out. This could actually be a game changer, a revolution in its infancy in the way that we shop online. You see, right now, when you've got an inkling of what you want to buy, where do you go? You generally end up in Google, right? So what happens then? You search and you end up clicking for hours, comparing and going on landing pages and then trying to make sense of it all. It is actually a bit of a headache when you think about it. And just when you've made your final decision, the variant you want is probably out of stock on the actual website you're looking at. So you've then got to find the stock, et cetera, et cetera. So what Shopify are promising here is an assistant that can access all of their juicy details for stores. So things like stock status, reviews, ingredients, descriptions, you name it. The AI is going to have access to it. And here's the kicker. It's standing by to help out. So you can ask in just normal language for what you want and boom, the products you're after are then suggested to you. And then furthermore to that, you can refine that by having a conversation with ChatGPT. It's like having a personal shopper in your pocket that has access to every Shopify store. It's really could be the future, people. I've actually had a go at it myself, as you can see on screen. And if you can't see it on screen, I will send you a link or give you a link in a moment. But I was pleasantly surprised with the results. In fact, I go as far to say as it is actually rather good. But here's the best bit: it's only going to improve with time, like a fine cigar. Just kidding. Those will actually kill you. Now, you're probably a marketing operator, or at least very savvy in e-commerce. Of course you are. So you're thinking about how you can make sure you're top dog when it comes to AI search results. But I hate to say it, I'm not exactly a fortune teller. I don't know a lot about how the ranking is going to work, especially not with this new Shopify tool. But what I can do is encourage you to go and check it out yourself. So it's shop.app/AI. Spin the wheel. Facebook has released paid verification. This is rather interesting. Mark Zuckerberg, the man who starred in a film about copying an idea from another, has stuck to his guns here and has come up with another new savvy way to squeeze some extra cash out of us. It's called Meta Verified, and it'll get you a fancy blue checkmark verification badge. Extra protection from impersonation and direct access to customer support is what it promises, all for the bargain price of $11.99 on the web or $14.99 on your mobile device. But hold on a minute, there is a catch. In Australia and New Zealand, this service actually is going to give you increased visibility and reach, but not in the US. In the US, it seems at least, it will only give you access to the direct customer support and the blue badge. So hopefully we see them roll out that additional value in the US, and then I think it is probably quite a good deal. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who in their right mind is going to pay just simply to have a nice blue badge? But let's just break it down, because if just 10% of Facebook and Instagram's roughly 5 billion active users do jump on this bandwagon, we're looking at a whopping $74 billion in revenue. That's more than a lot of countries' GDPs. So if, like me, you want a slice of that sweet, sweet blue tick pie, head over to this link and you can join the waitlist for verification. It's about.meta.com/technologies/meta-verified. Spin the wheel. Purple moving upstream, the mattress company. We've got some news about Purple. Now, their fourth quarter net revenue took a bit of a tumble, falling 22.2% to $145.1 million. But don't you worry, because there is more to this story. You see, the showroom revenue increased by a whopping 41.3%, thanks to the opening of 27 showrooms, and wholesale revenue even went up by 0.3%, with a big nod to their acquisition of IntelliBed back in September. Sure, there were some losses too, with a net loss growing 222.5% year over year to $70.2 million, but operating losses during that period narrowed down from $11.1 million to $31.1 million last year. And the company issued a fancy press release to support all of that. Looking ahead to 2023, Purple CEO DeMartini is gunning for a premium customer set. And with the acquisition of IntelliBed, the company is setting their sights on the high-end consumer with a tier of mattresses. And get this, priced between $5,000 and $7,500 for Purple. That's right, they're going for the big bucks. And speaking of the big bucks, Purple expects their full year revenue in 2023 to be between 590 and 615 million, with an adjusted EBITDA to be between 13 and 17 million. So it looks like Purple is aiming high and aiming to win. Do we think that's the right move? Personally, I'm not 100% convinced, but let's see how it plays out. I think we've got time for a couple more. How's that coffee going down? Yeah, Birch Box. My fiance used to get Birch Box, but not so much anymore. Now, strange news from Birch Box, the beauty subscription retailer. The company's website has been down for a few weeks, I think maybe even months, displaying deployment disabled message, which is a sort of error message, which has left everyone a bit concerned. As of March, that site's been now back up and running, but hold on, you can't check out on the site. So it is up, but you can't actually do anything on it. So everyone's sort of in a bit confusion, trying to work out what's going on there. They posted on Instagram in November saying that they were experiencing setbacks. Since then, subscribers haven't been able to use points, and also people back in October have been complaining they haven't even received a box. So what's going on with Birch Box? This is another development. Who knows? It would be good if someone does know. Please let us know. Yes, I'm going to have to bleep this one, because this episode of Coffee and Commerce is coming to you the same day as this is being announced, and it's likely that you will hear this before you hear that announcement. So I'm going to bleep out some of the important information, but rest assured, very soon you will have all the information that you need, and there will be a special episode with the company and person in question to break down exactly what has happened here. So there's been speculation that this CFO, I will say his name now, of this company is actually an early adopter of Neuralink, simply because of his ability, or shouldn't have said his ability to pull off this deal in a climate as unfathomable and difficult as this one is, have raised a series, and I had the pleasure of extracting as much information out of about the round as I could. If you're listening to this on Monday, sorry for bleeping out all the key information, but very soon, today, there will be an announcement of which company has raised this money And there is also a special episode of Equal Gold coming out today where we discuss with that with that CFO, exactly how he did it and breaking down the round.
Spin
The wheel. Press the wrong button there. Did you hear that?
pitch me up like that. Wow. Should we do the whole show like this? No, I don't think so.
Right, press the right button this time. All right, this has to be the last one. So, SVB. Right, we're all probably sick to death of SVB. I am. Anyway, I've heard it all last week. There's an alternate narrative, I should say. But it comes from Toby, the CEO of Shopify. He's used ChatGPT 4 to generate a Hogwarts version. And the title of that version is Gringotts Bank Fails Due to Unsustainable Business Model of Hoarding Customers' Gold in a Giant Cavern Protected by a Friggin' Dragon. It's a very funny article. I enjoyed it a lot, and you can check it out. It's on Toby's Twitter. You have to scroll down a little bit, but it is there. And the site is babylonbee.com where it's hosted. So that's it for this week's Coffee and Commerce. Next week, we will be doing another 10 minutes of randomized news stories from the week in e-commerce.